All right. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Chak double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutation and much love to you. Akim out there pushing out his word and truth and sincerity. And as you see the title of the video, Sedition and Chaos in America, this is just the beginning. All right. Today, what is it? The 6th of January, 2021. You got sedition taking place in the capital of the United States of America. All right. And it's only going to get worse from here on out. All right. Whatever the Lord got bringing, just know it's going to be good. All right. This is truly prophecy, man. This is truly prophecy taking place right before our eyes. And America is finished. It don't have much longer. All right. As the Lord said, as a matter of fact, if a brother want to grab that real quick, where the Lord said, if a house be divided. All right. Because this is what we're witnessing, literally. Okay. And it doesn't matter what these niggas, what they say, representatives in the Senate got to say. Look, the real things you need to be watching is what the people do. What are the people doing out there? Okay, because look, Esau can only do so much. Esau can put out the narrative. He can do this. He can say that. But ultimately, it goes back to the Most High. The Most High puts the spirit on these people to go out there and break into the Capitol building. All right, storm the Capitol building. Trump didn't put the spirit on them. He might have said a couple words, but ultimately, the Most High put the spirit on them to do what they did today. And this is going to continue to escalate, and it's going to get real good for the men of the Lord, because we've been telling you about these things. We've been telling you America was going to be in this state, civil unrest, civil war, okay, riots, uproars, what else? Martial law. All right, look, they sending out Coast Guard, the DHS, the Department of Homeland Security. Remember, the Department of Homeland Security years ago, they bought up millions of hollow tip bullets. Now is the time they finna unload on people with them. But whoever got it, go ahead. Bible shot.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, starting at verse 25. It reads, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And every
right in America, kind of real quick, America is this great kingdom. All right, pursuant to Jeremiah 28, and they say the prophet soul that prophesied against many kingdoms. This is the main kingdom we're prophesying against today. All right, Babylon the Great, the whore that rideth upon the beast, the hammer of the earth. All right. So if this kingdom is divided, which it clearly is, turn on any channel right now. Not BET. Okay, but turn on any news channel and you're gonna see what we're talking about. We're not making this up, but we've been telling you, beginning with the apostles, the elder apostles on down, going back decades, we've been telling you this vision was coming. We've been telling you that this country was gonna be divided. And now lo and behold, you see it. It's been stirring up, but now you see it. You got Edomites invading their own what is the house, the Senate floor. Okay. This is unprecedented times. But go ahead and finish that off.
Reading on, it says, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?
Right. So right now you have America completely divided. It all started. The Lord did it in the form of trickling down. So what it started as was Trump against the Democrats. Then it became, Black Lives Matter and this and that. So it broadened a little more. But now it's to the point where it's Trump and his men or his supporters. All right, his Proud Boys, whatever you want to call them, against the rest of America. Okay, so this is nothing, no new thing under the sun. This happened in the first Civil War. All right, because that's how it happened before. It said, when Abraham Lincoln came, he was a president, and what he tried to lay down was half the country, so to say, wasn't fucking with it. So you see the same thing happening again. I wouldn't be Bro, this shit's about to get real, man. People don't even realize the state that America's finna be in here in a couple of days. We're not even talking about months and years, months and weeks. We're talking about day. Tomorrow, who knows what's gonna happen? Tonight, shit, the night's not even over with. All right, but America is completely divided. You got Edomites rising up against Edomites. Okay, matter. Baba Shaw, get what is it? Isaiah 19. Okay, here it is. These proud Americans, proud. I forgot how that song. Proud to be an American. But look, these are the same people busting out the windows at the Congress House, the House of Congress. The same people that were so patriotic and loved America so much. Those are the same people busting out windows and getting shot up at the House of Congress. All right. So first you got the Democratic side of it, protesting and rioting, burning shit, burning buildings and cars and looting. Now you're getting the Republican side of it. So it's going to clash, okay? Because what? They're divided. So ultimately, what was going to happen is they're going to clash, all right? And then so this is justifying to the means. Now they can bring in the martial law. Now they can do this. Now they can do that. And don't forget about the worst virus in history. Okay, now this is the worst presidential race in history. Come on, man. This is perfect storm that the Lord has set up. Because here it is, like the Spirit said earlier, that Esau, he can only do so much. It's the Lord doing this, man. Esau, yeah, you might see Esau saying this and doing that, but he can only work so far. He can't work on the hearts of men like the Lord does, or not at all, actually. Okay, the Lord is the one that works on the hearts of men to do what they do. The Lord put in the spirit for those people, whether they let them in or not, it don't matter. They still bust this shit out. A bitch got shot in the neck. All right. So, and now they came back to the lawmakers came back to finish the whatever the hell they call it. But now you got people reneging on Trump. So through the spirit, what I see happening is, bro, Trump's Trump is that man to do something, man. A lot of people he got 70 something million people that voted for him. You're gonna see this country divided through that, man. All right, because the majority of those Trump supporters are those gun-toting Edomites. They ready to go to war. So this is a perfect storm. All right, but go ahead and get that Isaiah. And you brothers got it after that, because I know there's plenty of scriptures we're gonna bring out tonight with the current events. And it's beautiful. All right, we're gonna go into the sedition, the chaos. We're gonna get into and prove to the scriptures that this is what's happening right now. What you're witnessing is all biblical, man. And it's a steep decline from here on out for you Americans, man. It's a very steep decline. Go ahead, though.
This is the book of Isaiah 19, starting at verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. And
right. So the modern day. Real quick, the modern day Egyptians is these Americans, okay? Pursuing I think it's Revelation 11, spiritually called Egypt and Sodom. The modern day Egyptians is here in America because the same place that the nation of Israel was in captivity. All right, it's the same place we back here today as a whole. It's in the spiritual Egypt. So the Lord said He's gonna set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. You witnessing this on TV. Here it is, those pro-Trumpers, right? Or the whatever you want to call them that stormed the Capitol building. Those were the same niggas, all right? Those were the same red Hebrew Edomites that were saying blue lives matter. When Black Lives Matter was out there, right? They were saying, oh, blue lives matter. But here it is, they fighting the blue lives now. They beating up the cops, spraying pepper spray on the cops. All right, so the Lord is setting the Egyptians against the Egyptians, man. This is honestly a beautiful story, man. So we over here rejoicing and we in high spirits because we see that the Lord is not a man that He shall lie. So that everybody else is gonna start looking at us like, man, what's wrong with these guys, man? Celebrating that the Congress or the Capitol building got stormed and we don't know what's gonna happen. Listen, we've been told you this. So at this point in time, don't come with that BS to us. All right. You either gonna listen to the scriptures or you can keep it moving. All right. because this is the time where the Egyptians are fighting against the Egyptians. It's been brewing up. It's been coming. It's been happening really, but now it's about to really set off. All right. It's like when you light a dynamite. Yeah, there's a little bit of fire on a little string or whatever it's called to ignite it. But when that shit gets to the end of it, that's when it explodes. And this is where we at, man. This shit is about to explode. All right. The division in America is so thick. The saying says, so thick you cut it with a knife. Listen, you need a chainsaw to hack through this tension. That's how thick it is. And then chainsaw might break halfway through it. And it's not going to get better. Okay, America is not going to be great again. This is how America was established. Here it is. They talking about, Mike Pence, he said, what he said? He said, violence never prevails. Freedom prevails. I'm like, this nigga is what do you mean? He said, violence never prevails, but freedom prevails. I'm thinking in my head, is that how the Native Americans got conquered? With freedom? Mm-hmm. First of all, they were already free, but you conquered them with violence. So this is Esau is sowing what he has reaped, or it's like he's reaping what he has sown. All right, the same way he established this country is the same way he's gonna lose it, through violence, man. All right, and just wait till the saints risen up. All right, because the scriptures say the saints shall take it by force. All right, thus with great violence shall, roughly paraphrasing, Babylon is going to go down. So this is what America has sown for all these years. Now it's time to reap what you've sown. And now you got all these people on the news saying, oh, this and that. This is, man, nigga, the hell with you people, man. Now we get to sit back and report the true news, the real news. All right. Wait, go ahead, Doc.
All right. Isaiah 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Right. So that's what you got. Go ahead, Salak. Go ahead and finish it off.
Verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers.
Right. Hold on. Stop there. We'll go read the second verse again.
Verse 2. I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. They shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Right. So this is what's going on, man. You have different not countries, but states. This is not new. Just look up a map of the Confederate States and the Union, which these are. See, you got to pay attention to what these devils say. Just in this, the lawmakers reconvening again. Some of these, the congressmen, they're saying key words that you have to pay attention. You have to catch what they're saying, because so some of these guys are like, "Oh, America's a union." Wait a minute, the Union was the ones, or the North. The Confederates was the South that seceded from America, so to say, the United States. So now they're talking about, this dude was, I forgot what senator it was, but he was like, America's a union, we've been fighting this and that. So you got to catch these things. So what they're putting it out there was about to go down. All right. And then as far as the Confederacy, the people that were out there for Trump today, a lot of them were waving Confederate flags. So what are they subliminally showing you what's about to go down? Okay, city against city. There's gonna be states that look, and it's gonna be bad this time, because there is so much division even among states that look, you got you got Republicans down your street, you got Democrats down your street. So when let's say Texas was to secede, right, or Florida, you still got Democrats in there. These are red states, so to say. Those, you still got Democrats in there. So even though these states can secede, it's going to be division amongst those states. So it's just a shithole. This is a shithole country, like Trump's like to throw out there. This is the worst case scenario for America, and it ain't gonna get better. There's no let's get to the table and remedy this out, remedy it, because there's no healing Babylon. All right. It's just going to continually get worse and worse. People are going to start looking at you sideways at the grocery store. You know, it's going to get bad, man. See, we've been saying this for years that look, yeah, you might live in a third world country, it's rough to make it day by day. The last place you want to be in is in America these last days. That's for sure, according to biblical prophecy. Go ahead, though. That third verse, and then you brothers got it.
Verse select. It's the book of Isaiah 19, verse 3. It reads on, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards.
Yeah. So what the spirit of Egypt is through. All right. No one's going out tonight to celebrate the basketball team just won or whatever. This place is through. The spirit of Egypt, the democracy. Now this is what they're saying. They're saying, oh, well, this is a bad representation of democracy. America's supposed to be the beacon on the hill to show everybody how to be. Look, this spirit of Egypt is through. Nobody's looking at Egypt like this is how we need, or America, the spiritual. Nobody's looking at this place like, yeah, this is how we need to run our country, or let's live like that. Everybody's looking at this place with disgust. But here it is, these niggas coming to tell us about democracy, but look at what's going on over there. And it's the trickle down effect, because you look, these niggas, the senators and whatnot, they're not gonna start trading blows in the Capitol House, fight to the death. It's gonna be you everyday morons out there, man. While they over here is chilling. This is all a facade. This is all a show. But again, like the Spirit said earlier, that Esau can only do so much, and then the Lord takes over, or not takes over, but then the Lord puts the Spirit on these people's mind to do what they do. So you had these lawmakers bugging the hell out when niggas started rushing the Capitol building, man, busting down windows, head diving through the doors and shit. So what? It's added. Esau's starting to realize that this is not the ball ain't in his court no more, man. All right, it's just gonna, and that's where the sedition is gonna come in, because the Lord is stirring up the minds of these people that say the hell with this, because this isn't just happened overnight. This has been happening over years. People been distrusting the government. I mean, this shit ain't right. Conspiracy. They termed conspiracy theories and this that, but now you see that the Lord is truly working on the minds of these people, man, on everybody, really.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the end game is nuclear destruction for America, if you didn't know. But go ahead, brothers, y'all got it.
I'm gonna read on verse 4 and then jump to verse 14. It says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. Jumping to verse 14, the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggering in his vomit.
Yeah, and that's what's happening right now. You got Egypt, all right, which is Babylon the Great, which is America. All right, they got a perverse spirit that's mingled upon this place, man, and they're staggering like a drunken man. All right, this place is in complete and utter chaos, and this is what happens when you try to rush things. Because we see, as men of the Lord's will we be those men. We can see Esau's plans. The scriptures talk about that we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. We see what Esau's doing, man, but it's sloppy as hell. All right, what Esau is doing right now is sloppy as hell, and that's that perverse spirit that the Lord has mingled upon this place, man. All right, Esau is trying to bring about this the image of the beast, the New World Order, and the mark of the beast so bad. He wants to bring it out so bad that he's making things in haste. He's not thinking about things. He's just doing things, and he's not putting shit out. And that's why you see all this bugged out chaos you see reporters they don't know what to say. They don't know what to report on. Okay, and this place is completely just what's it called? Falling apart. Okay, America.
Yeah, kind of. Right.
It stands.
But
I was lucky. I was just gonna say, as a scripture we read earlier, it can't stand. It's divided. You know, this whole Democrat Republican bullshit is proven to be it's not gonna work. All right, you're not gonna have a successful kingdom when you have two sides. All right, and clearly the country is completely divided. Everybody's appalled at one side or the other. You know, where to the point where violence is starting to happen now. Now that I mean some serious violence. This is the what is it? 2021, the 6th day, and you got someone already got their ass bucked in the Capitol. All right, someone got shot in the Capitol. I think the lady dead. You know, from what I'm hearing, this is crazy shit. I mean, you got people dying in the Capitol. 6 days into the new year, here it is. You got people were thinking that, all right, 2020, I'm so glad it's over. 2021, it's new year, new me type shit. And then you got this shit happening. You think it's gonna get any better than this? We ain't even get to the inauguration yet. With all this separation going on when the inauguration happens, you think it's gonna be just a happy go lucky day, a new day in America? No, it's gonna be violence. You got it, bro. I knew you were gonna say something, bro.
Read a little bit more.
19:15. Neither shall there work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. And that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear.
And that's the state of these people right now. They're afraid and they're fearing, man, because they don't know what's happening next, man. You know, you tell people what happened today that they, you know, they're like, oh my God, what is this place coming to? What is it coming to? You know, ain't this what y'all want it? Y'all wanted Babylon to continue, right? You put your hope in this place. Every brother can get that. Woe to them that put their hope in Egypt. Brother Kashar, get that? You know, then you put your hope in this place. Isn't there where you put your like the saying in the world, don't put your eggs in one basket? Where y'all put your eggs all in one basket, man. You put it in Egypt, man. You put it in Babylon the Great, and it's brought about your destruction. Get that out real quick.
This is Isaiah 31, and I'll start at top verse 1. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh Shine.
Yeah, see, and y'all didn't, and I'm talking about you Jakeson, man, you Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. I'm talking about the 8 men and 8 women. America has done washed y'all up, wrung y'all out, washed you up again, ripped a hole in it so you can put your finger in there so it won't fall off your hand. America done wrung y'all out, man. And it's continuing to wrung you out, man. Y'all niggas are stressing over what's happening here in this country, man. And it's only going to get worse, like the brothers are saying, man. This division that the Lord is bringing, like it says in Luke 12, 49. Get that real quick, Quan. Okay? The division that the Lord is bringing isn't just going to stop at the White House, man. This is coming to your household. This is like the brother I'm saying, this is going to be in the States. This is going to be on your streets. This is going to be in your apartment complex. This is going to be in your own apartment, man.
Yeah, your friends. Hey, real quick, let me get this real quick before you bring that out. Just to back you up. This is in the book of Sirach. Is it Sirach? Yeah, it's Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 22 and 22. There's Sirach 22 and 22. It says, if thou hast, because this is what's going on, you know, it starts with words, right? This is how this whole thing got started. There's Sirach 22 and 22. If thou hast opened thy mouth against thy friend, fear not, for there may be a reconciliation. So yeah, you there's a chance for you to come back together, right? But here's the kicker. It says, except for upbraiding or pride or disclosing of secrets or a treacherous wound, for these things every friend will depart. All right. So the scripture tell you about friend against friend, but the word I wanted to get there is for treacherous. Right? And this is how this whole election, this whole society's been being run off of. All right. It says treacherous is an adjective. Deceitful, cheat, deceiver, liar, imposter, trickster, a to cheat, trick. All right. So what's going on with all this election? It's deceitful, it's treacherous. So people are going to depart from each other, like the scripture said. It said that there might be a reconciliation because you might be at the dinner table and you for Trump, but your friend is for Biden. But through the treachery or through the treacherous wound that has been set up from the officials up top, now you're not gonna reconcile with your friend. So now you're gonna be at his throat when you run out of bread. You're gonna be at his throat when there's people marching down the streets talking about this and that, or because it's a matter of time before what this is gonna come out to really be. Whether the states secede or not, it's irrelevant because America's still going to be destroyed at the end of the day. But people, look, even your own household, like the brother said, the scriptures, I believe it was Yahweh said, them of your own household shall be your foes. All right. So look, there's no reconciliation for America. There's no reconciliation for the democracy. All right. There's no reconciliation for the beast system, period, man. But go ahead, whoever had the precept for my own.
This is St. Luke chapter 12, verse 49. I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it already be kindled? Verse 50.
Hey, real quick, and that's what you see happening right now. All right, the fire has been lit. Okay, the shit is happening. Go ahead, you got it.
They had that one picture of somebody, one of those government officials. They posted up the picture with Donald Trump sitting at a desk, and he had a match in his hand that was lit. And outside behind him, and it was like an Oval Office picture. Outside behind him, in the windows behind the seat, you could see that the place was on fire. People were running, and the whole place was on fire. But he was sitting there holding that match. Really is the Lord, but the Lord, like the brother said, the Lord's bringing this fire, man. This place is spiritually starting to get on fire. Okay. Go ahead.
Verse 50. But I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straitened till it be accomplished? Suppose ye that I come to give peace on the earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division.
Mm-hmm. That's what the Lord is bringing, man. Unlike, contrary to popular belief, the Lord is not bringing a closure to you people. He's not bringing unity. He's not bringing love. Okay, you got all these unity camps. You got this Jackie Moon spirit out here. Everybody love everybody. That's not what the Lord is bringing. That's what the world has brought, and look where it got you. Okay, the love is played out, man.
Mm-hmm.
Love is played out upon the earth. You got men that don't want to be with women no more. You got women that don't want to be with men. Kids hating their parents. Parents hate their kids. All right? You hate your neighbor. You don't even talk to your neighbor, man. Love is played out. So why the hell people keep talking about love? Because these people are bugged the hell out. Go ahead.
Now I was gonna say they don't even know what love is. Like that Esau that came up last week, it can't. Love is love.
Yeah. And that class, the sodomite that came up after him, because that's the spirit that he was coming into.
Yep.
All right, but go ahead.
Verse 52. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3.
Yep, and that's what's happening, man. All right, you got the houses being divided. Right now, you got the House of Congress. You got the Senate House divided. You got the White House divided. You got your mama's house divided. She done been like that when she left your pops. You got your own house divided, man.
Mm-hmm.
If you still with your woman don't want to be there, man. You better hope she ain't with little Ray when you at work, man. That's how divided this place is, man. But things are getting to get real bad for y'all, man. The Lord is going to further separate, because the Lord is coming back to separate the sheep from the goat. All right. There's a great divide that's coming upon this earth, man. And hey, man, it's going to get real bad. Okay, the Lord is separating the men of the Lord, the elect, those that are going to be delivered from those that are going to be destroyed, man. And the ones that are going to be destroyed, the Lord's putting the spirit on y'all to want to kill each other, man. Because y'all know that y'all have that spirit of the devil, like Yahushua said, y'all the father, you're father the devil. He getting at y'all's throats, man. Y'all at each other's throats. Because y'all know that your spirit within you knows that you have but a short time, man. Just like your father does, the devil. All right. Was there more on that?
Verse 53. Father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father. The mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother. The mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
Yep, and that's why you Jakes are gonna feel it, man. So y'all playing around, talking all these games right now about what's happening over there in the White House or the Capitol Hill. Talking about, if that would have been niggas up there, and y'all over here, look at these crackers kill each other. Y'all don't understand. Exactly. To y'all, man.
Exactly.
It shall start at the house of the Lord. What shall be of them that believe not?
Hey, because these Edomites that out there protesting for Trump, who you think they're not gonna blame the niggas at the White or the Congress House for Biden winning the election? They're gonna blame you niggas and spics, the ones that came out in mass numbers, right? Y'all wanted to go out there and vote for Satan and Eve, right? Well, guess what? Those same niggas that busted the windows at the Capitol building, all right, is gonna be the same niggas that shoot you down in the streets. All right, you think he's cool? You man, look, if politics was a touchy subject before, you better not even mention you voted, because if Esau catch wind that you voted for Biden and he a hardcore Trump supporter, all right, one of them Proud Boys, man, he gonna follow you home and put your lights out, man. This is the point. This is the time we getting into, man. And we've been telling you about this. Did you see? I think it's all games. Y'all want to make memes about what's happening now. This is biblical prophecy, man. Esau finna roll on your ass, man. Whether it be with military troops or just some, patriotic Edomites that got 82 guns in the closet, man. These are the niggas that's finna stormtroop your ass, man. While you over here hee and ha ha. All right, we'll find out where the hee-hees and ha-has go when they start breaking your necks out in the streets and hanging you.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Real, that whole device situation. I mean, that's starting to become starting to hit real close to home. Matter of fact, Kwame, can you read that last verse you just read again?
This is St. Luke chapter 12 and verse 53. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
Right, we bring that out a lot, going in on us brothers, how we're gonna have enemies of the household. But now it's starting to be clear that that's a divide that's going to be going on through households throughout America. Okay, just today, seeing all that, like the brothers are saying, you're gonna have, you have someone that's a Democrat in a household, you're having a dinner, and the family's Republican, and then you got the daughter-in-law or whatever the case, or the son-in-law, they Democratic, and it's gonna be divided at the table to a point where it may get it become a shouting match, and then it may turn into something to a fight.
Yeah,
All right.
nigga might pull out the 45 and blow you away from across the table.
Right. You are drinking wine. Yeah, you drinking all wine and liquor, the beer and all that stuff, and then it turns into a shoving match, and then to a point where you take it outside, and then next thing you know, ambulance is coming and the coroner, and you taking the dead body away. That's the type of divide that's going on in America right now. That's a very, what you say, it says, and a man's foe shall be they of his own household. Your foes are going to be those who are supposed to be close to you. The mother and father of your wife, your mother and father of your husband, if you're a woman. You're supposed to. This is a family. You're supposed to come together. But this whole American divide, it's proving to be what's the word I'm looking for? Detrimental to the growth of this nation. When I say this nation, I'm talking about America, Babylon. For this place to prosper, you should be on the same. Everybody should be on the same vibration. All right, but no, this Esau has this thing divided. And at the end of the day, man, and like the brothers are saying, we've been telling you this before. Let me bring this out real quick. The book of Amos. That's Obadiah. Amos, Salakia, chapter 3 and 6. It says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in a city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it?" And and we've been blowing this trumpet. We've been telling you that something like this was going to happen eventually. And here it is again, 6 days in the midst of this year, and this you have all types of sedition, insurrection, all right, and complete divide. Mm-hmm. All right, you got. I'm looking at the social media, and people on social media. I just look at it. I ain't take part in it, but I look at it just to kind of get an idea where the people's heads are at. And you see, like, man, if you're not bothered by this, then there's something wrong with you. Oh, and then you have everybody commenting, yeah, I'm bothered by this. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, of course, people are bothered by this. Is a horrible situation. And this violence is going into the middle of the night. When you go to D.C. right now, you got probably Molotov cocktails being popped off over there. I haven't looked at the news in a couple of hours already, but it's crazy out there. All right. But the trumpet has been blown. All right, we've been blowing this trumpet, starting with the elders and apostles, GMS, Great Millstone. We've been blowing the trumpet. They've been blowing the trumpet. We heard the call in. We started blowing the trumpet too to see if anybody else will hear it. But clearly, you're not showing no fear. Now you're showing some fear because now your rights are about to be taken away from you. If you're a Republican, you're about to get the most pussy ass Democrat in office. If you're a Democrat, then you want to be happy, but at the end of the day, you have all this divide, and there's really no peace here. Okay, so are you not afraid? Are you not afraid of what's going on here? You should be. If you don't have the Lord on your side, you should be very afraid.
That's right.
All right. So someone just died in the Capitol. When was the last time you heard someone get shot in the Capitol building? What was the last time that shit happened? I can't think of. I don't think that's ever happened. It may have happened. Maybe it happened
in the 1800s.
Yeah, right. Like back in those days. Yeah, 200 years ago. Or if it happened recently, it was covertly. It wasn't put on the news. But what was the last time that happened? Someone got shot in the Capitol. In the Capitol. Someone died. Because of violence. Because of this divide. This is biblical prophecy. We've been telling you this is going to happen, bro. And this is leading up to something really special. This is leading up to some more death and some more destruction and the downfall of this great kingdom. America's a great kingdom. And this is now you're starting to see that this place is falling. And we were telling you that this place was going to fall. Now you're starting to see it. Now, when we start going down the highways and hedges and prophesying, now all you motherfuckers are going to be shutting the fuck up. You're going to be quiet. You've been quiet, but now it's 2021. Now you want to come out, you want to talk shit. Now you're quiet again because we've been telling you this. And now, hey, man, those men are right. All you see is death and destruction. Go ahead, bros.
That's what we said at camp this last weekend. You thought, we can't wait to get out of 2020. Lo and behold, day 6 of 2021, you got people storming where they make laws at, man, where they pass laws. So this is that's like one of the highest, all right, places in America, so to say, as far as the government, so to say. All right, this is the motherfuckers busted in there, bro. Kicked out, niggas. Bitch got killed. Niggas was kicking out windows. They should really. Esau should have went harder. Honestly, in my opinion, Esau should have went a little harder. But it is what it is. But here I got I got CNN on the background, or on the other TV. These niggas reconvened, bro. This gonna be a slap to the face of those people that did all this for. They're like, oh shit, we did that for no reason, because these niggas are back again, and they're gonna finish the job and certify the election, all right, or the votes or whatever. So that's gonna be a slap to their face. So tomorrow, who knows what the Lord got coming tomorrow, and the day after that. That's why I was talking to my mom earlier. I said, look, she's like, did you see what happened on the news? I said, of course I saw what happened. Yeah. And tomorrow's gonna be worse. The day after that's gonna be even worse. And she got the point. It's gonna keep getting worse, man. Look, February. If we, man, you Americans are in for a rude awakening. That's all I got to say about that.
Hey, real quick, Isaiah 46:10, declaring the end from the beginning and from the ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. And declaring the end from the beginning. This is the end that we've been declaring. All right, that the prophets of old have been declaring. The prophets of old have been declaring this. They've been telling us about this that has been written thousands of years ago. We're reading it now. All right, we're reading, here it is, 2020, 2021. We're reading it, and now it's making sense. Oh shit, this is the end. This is the end that was declaring. All right, we're seeing signs of a kingdom, the major kingdom, all right, of existence, of history, falling apart, crumbling. All right, yeah. The powers. All right, it talks about the powers standing in fear. All right, well, hey, we're seeing that right now. All right, we're seeing Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He don't know what the hell to do right now. He's trying to point the finger at you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, like you the problem, when you really ain't, you are part of the problem, absolutely. But, this is all a big inside job, this is high up, right? This is supposed to happen. This is how they want it to happen, so they can bring in, usher in their new order, which is ultimately going to get cut blocked by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, for lack of a term.
Real quick, like you said that they're trying to bring in this new world order. Well, that's their saying, order ab chaos, order out of chaos. All right. So this is they set up the chaos. They started with this the live exercises, they called it. Yeah. And then it went on to because everybody forgot about all the protests that happened last year. They just swept that under the rug, and then Cornholio took over, and now we're at this point. So it's only going to get worse, man. I know we keep saying that a lot, but we're trying to ingrain that in your mind.
Are we wrong, though? Are we wrong? Yeah, it's been getting worse. We've been saying it, but it's been getting worse. All right, we seeing the degradation of society ever since a year ago. Okay, Soleimani got bombed out. All right, got assassinated, and then Kobe died, and then COVID-19 popped off, and then lockdowns, quarantine, and then more, all types of other shit happening in the world. Okay, it's just been getting worse and worse and worse. And one stimulus check, no more stimulus checks after that. And the next one was a couple bucks. Half that. Just a slap in the face to you Americans. It's just been getting worse and worse. You still haven't gotten your jobs back. All right. Here it is. The economy is supposed to be, Donald Trump, you got the stock market is the highest it's ever been in U.S. history. It's over 30,000. All right. But nobody's working. Everybody's fucking unemployed, broke as hell. All right. Looking for work in the weirdest ways, doing crazy shit, going online and selling old clothes online and going, trying to drive Uber and Lyft and what do you call that? Yeah, Postmates and all that shit.
Backpage.
Say again?
Backpage.
The new back page. You got bitches on the new back page trying to make a buck or two. You know, and hey, it's starting to work. Or you got the we call them the OnlyFans and all that shit. Hey man, this is a crazy time to be alive, man. If you was an ancient man and you was looking at this shit, you'd be like, man, this is crazy shit.
Yeah.
But this is clearly the end. Go ahead.
And this is again, there's nothing new under the sun. This happened in ancient Rome. Now you're witnessing. We get to witness it at 2.0. You know, a little more advanced, more technology, more nations, more spread over the whole earth. You know what I'm saying? As far as Rome, you know, having power over the ancient world, and now look at the modern day Rome has it spread over the whole entire earth. So it has more influence over the earth, and now everybody's looking like America like this is a fucking joke. So now, now as the prophecies continue to come to pass, now it's making more and more sense to the prophets. Like, oh damn, that's okay. It makes perfect sense. Now I get to see. You know, we get to witness it. You know, so now brothers want to get were you doing with that, Ariel? That scripture you were just reading?
Yeah, I was done with that.
Okay, let's get the sedition. All right, because you know, and first let's get the etymology of sedition. Because this is what's taking place before your very eyes. See, people still waking up and if you still got a job, hey, let me go to work and let me do this, and hopefully, you know, the bar is open or whatever. You know, here in Florida, they pretty loose with it, but
yeah,
you know, they you know, there's still some things that you can do because you know shit ain't really got to the point where you scared to leave your house, but that day is coming. I'm pretty sure the people that live in DC, that area that got curfew, motherfuckers was scared to leave their house because the whole year of 2020, those protests ended with what? Burning buildings, niggas looting, burning cars, flipping shit, gunshots ringing out, niggas dying. Okay, so look, it's already conditioned in the minds of Americans. If there's a riot, shit's about to get bad. That's already a common thing to think when people are out there protesting. All right. So what this is going to lead to, especially with this situation, is beautiful how the Lord set it up. This is about to lead to the sedition. But whoever got the sedition, the word,
I got it. Well, I got the scripture. Anybody got the word?
Yeah. Whoever got it.
I got it. This is word. It's from the mid 1400s, and rebellion, uprising, revolt, concerted attempt to overthrow civil authority, violent strife between factions, civil or religious disorder, riots.
Right. So real quick, it said trying to overthrow, or it's like it start over again, and I'll stop you when I get to that point.
Sedition, mid 1400s. It says rebellion.
Rebellion. So what you see right now is rebellion against. Oh, because they keep saying, "Oh, this was a fair and lawful election." Well, there's people rebelling about it. Go ahead.
Uprising.
There's people. Hold on to second. Exodus 9. America, there's been uprisings, not just here in America, but around the world. The Lord say the best for last, man, and beautifully so. Go ahead.
It says revolt.
Revolt. That's what you got people revolting for. You got people revolting for Donald J. Trump because he don't want to concede. People will revolt against this government. All right, go ahead.
Concerted attempt to overthrow civil authority.
Civil authority. Who's the civil authority? These same motherfuckers that got invaded today. the House of Congress. All right. The Senate, good man, them niggas was scared for their lives. Because again, like we said earlier, Esau can try to call the shots, but he don't know exactly how the people gonna react because the Lord put the spirit on people to do this. So they were like, okay, yeah, you know, they might march down there, whoop de whoop, and then in the midst of these niggas holding out the voting or for the certification of the election, these niggas started busting in. The Senate had to be let out by the FBI and DHS and. You know, so armed guards, because what they came to read that last one you just read again.
Concerted attempt to overthrow civil authority.
There you go. So those people were there to attempt to overthrow the civil authority. Keep going.
violent strife between factions.
You see violent strife. It says strife.
Con.
Violent strife against factions. And you watch this movie, what's it called? Deterrence or detergents. I think it's detergents. There was a couple movies, but they had factions, different little groups. All right. Damn, what's that movie called? It's with there was like 3 or 4 movies about it, but it was man, what's it called? It wasn't the Hunger Games. It was something similar though.
Divergence, insurgence.
Divergence, yeah, kind of. That's it. The water. Yep. So you had factions. You had different factions. They were different groups. So what you got now? You got different factions. You got the Trumpers, and you got the cucks, man. And you got the Antifa. You know, you got because it's either the line is being drawn. You either on this side or you on that side. So there's going to be a violence between the two factions, which you've seen today, and you've been seeing it. But now the other side, the other faction, now they making they stand, and soon they're going to clash. The two factions are going to clash, right? Because you had some Trumpers out there against the Black Lives Matter and the Antifa and shit like that. So today was day one for the Trumpers. So wait till they clash with the Biden supporters, man. This shit's about to get real, man. Y'all about to see a movie in real life. But go ahead.
It says civil or religious disorder.
Mm-hmm. Disorder. Right. That's what you see, man. It's civil disorder. They don't know what the hell is going on, man. They're nothing but confusion. Rightfully called Babylon. All right? Nothing but confusion, man. This nigga's telling you this. The other group is telling you that. So who you gonna believe? It's confusion. Go ahead.
Riot.
We ain't got to explain that. Go ahead.
Rebelliousness against authority.
That's the one right there, the main one. Rebelliousness against authority. So what you're seeing unfold, what you've been seeing it unfold since 2020. All right, and even before that, but really in 2020, it started the rebellion against authority, man. Defund police. Now the same niggas that was standing up for the police is the same one clashing with the police. So this is good. Look, the police, that's gonna be another faction. The authorities, are the ones that are being given orders to the police and the Coast Guard, whatever. That's a faction. Then you got the Biden's Antifa, Black Lives Matter, the alphabet community, that's another faction, and then you got the Trumpers, that's another. So you really got this. It's not even two. It's not divided into two. This shit is a slice of three factions, so to say. So even more chaos out of that. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead and get the scriptures. But y'all got it. I gotta use the restroom.
Second Ezra 15. I'll start at verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Start at 14.
Want to start again?
Start at 14.
I did. Okay. I'll start again. Second Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh.
Yep, and that's exactly what's getting ready to come for you niggas, man. The sword and your destruction. Okay? Nothing else. Not a pat on the back. Not a good job for making it this far. No. Okay? Is a sword, man. Okay? Your imminent death is coming to you, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I said real quick, because a lot of, as far as our people goes, they never want to pick a side. They always put their hands up, act like they're not involved in this thing, but what's happening in Washington, D.C. is going to affect you very soon. It's been happening, it goes into 2020. Now you're losing your jobs. You're worried about, vaccinations and things like that. What more when it actually starts getting violent? People in these neighborhoods, rough neighborhoods, You're not going to be able to eat. You're not going to be able to move around, you know. So you're going to be thrown in the midst of all this, you know. So either pretty much the point the goal is getting into is you're going to have to start making serve. You know, either serve Yahweh Shai or you perish. You'll be left out here to be put.
Go ahead.
And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Yep, hey, and we saw that today. Prime Exhibit A. The Capitol Hill, as they put it in the news. Okay? There's one people fighting against another, man. And we've seen it last year. We've seen it the year before. But now it's getting ready to get to a whole nother level. A point to where y'all won't understand why these things are happening. Because before you can give an explanation. Oh, well, the cops put a knee on this guy's neck, so we protesting because of that. That's why we out here fighting. We fight the power. Well, now we coming into a time where you ain't gonna be able to explain what's going on, man. If you don't have the script, if you don't, I'll put it like this: you won't be able to give no other explanation other than it's of the Lord. Okay.
Yeah.
But one people shall fight against another, man, and swords in their hand. Sword ain't talking about no Arabian, ain't no Aladdin coming out of woodworks swiping niggas' ankles off, man. It's talking about the modern day sword, the gun. Okay, that's what they got. That's the key that they're gonna use out here on these streets, man.
They want to say the Arabs are Esau, you know, because they got the sword or whatever, the so-called regular sword. That's not
who they get
like,
their guns from. Who the Arabs get their guns from? So that's a stupid argument in itself.
Dumbass argument.
Hey, but real quick, like Mayim was saying, you know, about the sword, the modern day sword. Old girl met her the sword today in the Capitol or whatever they call it, the Congress building.
Yeah,
but shot her in the neck because she was trying. So like you watch there's a different angle from it, so you could see the bitch. She was trying to get into the Senate floor, trying to get through a little window, and then that's when you hear the gun pop, and that bitch dropped like a rock, man. So hey, read that again, Bob. Talk about the sword against one another.
Yes. Verse 15, 2 Ezra 15 and 15. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Right. So that's what you got going on. All right. You're gonna have niggas too out there with swords.
Yep.
All right. Esau the only one that Esau, that's his blessing, of course. All right. But you're gonna have other Israelites, right, out there using the sword as well. Man, this shit is about to get crazy. You know, the perfect movie to watch, get brothers in that mindset is Bushwick. Watch it again. That's what you about to see out here on these streets, man. And those, remember, man, just thinking spiritually, you know, speaking out loud, so to say, remember the militia or whatever that invaded Bushwick. That might be the Trump supporters, you know, to put it in today's terms, so to say. Those niggas might start running, blocking off city. Man, this shit is about to be good. The Lord is look. The Lord is the master director. You think he gonna let this place go out without a good show, bro? Before the curtain closed, this you gonna know that the Lord had a hand in this. All right, and like we read earlier in the Isaiah 19, Egyptian against Egyptian, bro. These end time prophecies mainly speak about America. This shit been happening everywhere else in the world for the most part. Now look, lo and behold, good old USA going through third world country type shit. You know, soon you're gonna see little kids with AKs out there like you in the middle of Africa or some shit. This is the point we get into, man. Swords. People are gonna kill each other. No pity. Go ahead, don't keep reading.
Verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another.
Real quick. So we read the etymology on sedition. Got all those points out of it. Uprising against the government. All right. Different factions fighting each other with violence. They all on the news. They talking about what a violent event today. And this and listen, it's gonna get worse. This is nothing compared to what's gonna be seen in these streets of America, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
They shall not regard their kings nor princes,
Mhm.
and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Yep. So the hell with what the senators got to say, the hell with what governors got to say, the hell with what the president got to say. Because remember, there's different factions, there's different sides. So this the president might say this, and his people might abide by it or listen to him, but the other side's not going to, and vice versa. Because you see the civil war is being set up as we speak. This shit is about to get real. All right. The hell with your job. The hell with all this bullshit, bro. You might not be working much longer. Honestly, at the rate that America is going, this shit you might not have a job soon, man.
That's all
That's
of us.
real. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. This shit. You think while niggas is getting. You hear semi-automatics in the street, you going, oh, it's 8 o'clock, it's time to go to work. No, man, you're gonna be like, fuck this.
Fuck that.
I need to feed, I need to get some food, I need to feed, I need to worry about mine,
Mhm.
So what keep reading, finish it off.
All right, so going into verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Right, which we see how that's being set up. So this is all culminating together perfectly, and it's not Esau doing it, man. It's the Most High.
That's right.
Esau didn't come up with the Corn Julio 19. That was the Most High that put it in the spirit to do so, whether it's a real virus or not. But now they're talking about shutting cities down and doing this, and now here's another catalyst to further push that. Go ahead.
For because of their pride,
Mm-hmm.
the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what do they say? Proud to. Matter of fact, before Trump talked today, around 12 o'clock midday, they were talking about or they were playing some music, while waiting for him to come up there. And they played this shit because I was listening to it, for like an hour before this nigga came out. But they played this song like 3 times. Proud to be an American, whatever Edomite song that is. So these people are proud, man. So because of the pride, these cities gonna be ravished, man. And it's gonna start with the everyday pedestrian, man. The everyday people out here, they gonna ravage each other even before the troops come in and kick down your door, man. Is the next one that says is it this chapter? Say the lack of bread?
Yeah, here it is.
Okay.
Verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor.
Right. So nobody look, your neighbor that you've been friend, you have barbecues every Friday, and you watch his kids and he watches your kids. That nigga ain't gonna have pity on you. But he already know what you got in your kitchen. He knows what guns you got. He knows this and that. He knows everything about you. Because you want to be your best friends and neighbors for life. But he ain't gonna have pity on you. Because shit, you might have a Trump supporter living next to you. You don't even know it. Just because he don't got a Trump 2020 sign out there don't mean nothing. Let him catch wind that you voted for Biden, man. This nigga gonna come in there like a splinter cell in midnight and slit your throat.
Mm-hmm.
And then take your food and your bitch.
If he's an Edomite, there's a good chance he's a Trump supporter.
Oh, yeah.
So this, he may be cool, smile at you and everything, and you might have a conversation about just that and the third. But when shit starts going south, which it is, hey man, hey, you don't know what kind of artillery that man got in his house, and you don't know how he's looking at you or your daughter, or your wife. He said, the scripture says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Right. So they're gonna destroy your house with a sword. They're gonna bust down. They might shoot through the door. They don't even gotta kick the door. They might just shotgun their way through the door. Shoot the door handle. Then now that bitch is wide open. Or they might just light your house up and then just come raffle it or look through it after they just made your house look like Swiss cheese. Now they're gonna come look through it. This is the time we're living in, man. This is what people need to understand. Like, your life is in serious threat right now. Lest you be, in the grace of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But go ahead, finish that. That was it on that.
That was it.
on, but we could bring out some closing scriptures, and then we'll close out. It's been over an hour, so let's bring out some closing scriptures. Whatever brothers got.
I got some real quick. Isaiah 13 and verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Yeah,
Go ahead, brother.
All right, you can read that.
read it again. Isaiah 13 and verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. So, like the brother's going into the proud to be an American, and this pride that's going on. What the scriptures say, the Lord have made all things for himself. Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. And that's what's coming to you people, man. All right, and so, lay low the haughtiness of the terrible, and I but precious than fine gold, even a man than the gold wedge of Ophir. So the man of the Lord is going to be hid and dunked off in that day. That's why they say in Psalms 91, because thou hast made the Lord thy secret place, he shall hide you from the evil that's coming, man. All right, no evil shall come nigh thy dwelling, no pestilence, All right, because women are going to desire to look for the man of the Lord, which the Lord is going to have mercy on certain women out here, but the majority of our people are going to die, man. You see, because what? Their pride. And that's why Psalms was fret not thyself against the workers of evil, man. See, because we're not Psalms 37, yeah, kind of evildoers, the water. Yeah. We're not fret by evildoers because the scriptures just say the Lord will punish the evildoers, man. He's getting ready to punish the wicked for their arrogancy, man. See, so all we got to do is prophesy the words of Yahweh and wait for him to work his work in these days, man. You got it.
Yeah. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6. It says, and this is Yahweh's words, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So all this stuff that we're going through right now, that you see America going through, all these trials and tribulations happening in the world, it has to happen. In order for the kingdom of heaven to be established, all these bad things need to happen. All right, it's going to be a tough road ahead of us, but guess what? The end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. So it's going to get pushed into a war. All right. So yeah, we have a civil unrest going on here in America, but soon it's going to turn into a world, international calamity where other nations are going to get involved, and there's going to be a point where hey, America may be invaded. All right, talks about America being touched. All right, hey, this place might get touched soon by another nation.
Real quick, that's and I said that's the beginning. We passed that. We already passed the beginning.
Yep.
We near the end of this thing, man. Because this shit's happening behind, not behind closed doors, but it's happening just because the media don't. Look, World War III is brewing as we speak. China, all right, Iran. Bro, it's a world war. It's going to be a world war because all nations, not all nations, but the majority of the nations is going to be involved. You got China telling their military to be ready at any second. You got Iran just pleading to Interpol to issue out warrants of arrest for war crimes against Trump and like 40 other people of his cabinet. So this is going down in America, which is the main prophecies that we need to worry about. As far as leading up to this end, but this shit is going down. We passed the earthquakes. The famine's been happening.
Yep.
All these things been happening. So we're not at the end, but we at the end. If you can understand what I'm saying, we ain't got to wait 10 more years for more and more things happen. Not even 2 more years. Lord will not even 1 more year.
God.
Everything that brother just read been happening. Read it again. And then Google, for those watching the videos, Google earthquakes that happened just today.
Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
Nations. That you've been had that happening. Go ahead.
And there shall be famines.
Famines? You telling me there's no people starving on the earth? There's people here in America starving by the day, thanks to this live exercise. There's people in food lines that they get to they 8 hours after sitting in line, they get told that there's no more food. There's people starving, bro. They just ain't putting it on the news. There's people starving all around the world, but now it's finally hitting America. Finally, here it is, the best country in the world, but people starving to death. And this is a fact. People losing jobs, losing houses. You telling me they got money for food? Hell no. They starving, bro. They kids ain't got money. They ain't got no. They send them kids hungry as hell to school if they even going to school. If they're not going to school, that means you got to feed them all 3 meals. At least the school feeds them lunch and breakfast. Go ahead.
And pestilences.
Shit, we ain't got going diseases. Put it like that. Go ahead.
And earthquakes in diverse places.
In diverse places. Go ahead.
And all these are the beginning of sorrows, like you said. These are just those are the beginnings.
Beginning, bro. This shit been happening. we just bring out rant. We making the articles up. We go to RT and write our own articles on RT and Al Jazeera and all these different articles that brothers get. We made them up. No, man, this shit been happening, and it's been progressively getting better and better. Or more and more articles been coming out. More and more of these things that the brother just read that Yahushua said would be happening before his return. More and more of that been happening. Chariot sightings. All right, brothers seeing, which only obviously we gonna understand it, but brothers experiencing spiritual things, man. Like the Lord delivering us in different situations, and the Lord is working with us in ways that we really can't even explain to you, unless you be a man of the Lord or you were there, you know. But go ahead, Doc. Then you got it.
Skip down to verse 12 and 13, and it ended there. It says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
hey, we got it.
Go ahead. You got it. All right. No. The point is, all this stuff happening in the world, we're in the middle of it. All right. You know, us. You know, Israelites. Okay, men in the truth. All right, you women as well too that believe and you call on the name. We're in the middle of all of this. The scripture says, all these are the beginning of sorrows, but he that endures unto the end. So you mean that you have to get through this. You got to be a strong person. You got to endure this hell. This is some horrible stuff happening in the world. Someone just got shot in the Capitol building. Blood was spilled out there today. That's a major thing. Blood was spilled in the Capitol building today. When is the last time that happened? You have to endure all this madness, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. But through faith, okay, through you believing in the name, calling on the name, praying, fasting if you need to, all right, then you can be saved. You have to endure unto the end. You can't let none of this stuff overtake you. You can't get overwhelmed by the prophecies. All right, no matter how hard they may seem, you can't let these things overwhelm you. These are the things we just read. Those are just the beginning, and what's about to happen? Hey, man, that's leading up unto the end. That's leading up unto Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble was not going to be fun. All right, that's not even talking about Jacob's trouble. That's talking about before Jacob's trouble, earthquakes and shit. Okay, so we haven't even gotten to the hard part yet, the real shit, and people are already dying. But the point is, he that endures unto the end, the same shall be saved. So the point is, you have to. Nobody's saved yet, but if you can endure unto the end through faith, all right, then Yahushua is going to come and he's going to save you. He's going to deliver you and he's going to bring you out of this hell right before the destruction happens. Right before the bombs bust off, he's going to take you out of this hell. You're going to be all right if you can endure unto the end. The scripture says, be not troubled. All right? You see all this stuff happening? Don't let it trouble you. Know that this has to happen in order for the kingdom of heaven to be truly established. It has to be this way. There's no other way around it. It must be this way. You can't ask the Lord to not make this happen. Just like Yahushua, he asked the Lord, is there any way that this cup can be passed from me? And the Lord and the Most High ain't say nothing. Hey, the same thing. You try to ask the Lord about that now. Hey, the Lord ain't going to answer you back. It has to be this way. It must go down like this. This is how it's written. And it's beautiful. You're right? But hey, man, we've been through the spirit, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, starting with our elders. Hey, the warning's been put out there. Either you heard it or you didn't, and if you did hear it, either you got the fear of the Lord on you or you don't. We got the fear of the Lord on us. And Lord willing, the fear of the Lord continues to remain upon us. And the Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, he doesn't turn his face from us as we get closer and closer unto the end. Because we're going to need the Lord. And we're going to need each other. All right? Brothers are going to need each other. All right? This isn't going to be no easy shit, no walk in the park type shit. This is going to be some scary ass shit. But as the scriptures say in 2 Corinthians, the 14th chapter, let go of mortal thoughts. Don't be worried about all that shit. That's, just have faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's the main guilt. That's the main ingredient into getting saved. That's it.
Yep. Yeah. That's why wisdom shall be the stability of our times, because we know these things were going to come. And that's why the Lord said to comfort you one another with these words. So that's why, you're not, most likely you're not going to be walking around with your Bible, right before the chariots drop. I mean, so that's why we gotta be in these scriptures, man, because we need to be able to comfort ourselves with the word, which is Yahushua. When you might not be around brothers and you catching all kind of hell, or you might be in the concentration camp, or whatever the situation may be. The word is what's going to get you through there. Remember, okay, yeah, that's what the scriptures say. But hey, the scriptures say that not one of the hairs on his head gonna perish. And right. if you can't get through the situation because of that means you have no faith. All right. So this is the time to come to the Lord and really, believe. This is the season of belief, and it's going to show the faith shall flourish. All right, on this earth, and if the faith of the elect is going to flourish above anything else. All right, because it's going to be seen throughout the world. But did anybody got anything else to say? I think was that when Young you had to say something?
Nope.
Oh, okay, I thought you. Yo.
That's it? Yeah, you close it up.
Yeah, so lucky this shit computer bugging. Now, anybody got any other scriptures? Okay.
No, sir.
Yeah, but take heed to the words of the Lord, man, because the time is short. All right, the day of the Lord is nigh at hand, and before the Lord return, it ain't gonna be cotton candy and bubble gum. On the day of the Lord, it's gonna be a gruesome day leading up to it. The day of the Lord is gonna be filled with death and destruction. And we have to do everything in our power, to make our calling and election sure, to be found worthy to receive that salvation, to be, to escape the perils, because it's going to be bad. Like brother was saying, this shit is going to get bad, man. But hey, we got the faith. So you should deep down inside, you should believe that you're going to make it to whatever situation you be presented with. And that's where faith is going to come in. And that's what we have to endure to make it to the end. Easier said than done, but those men have already been chosen, and we have to believe that we are those men. We're not doing this for the shits and giggles. We're doing this because we can see, as prophets or seers, we can see ourselves making it out of this. Right? The Most High is not unrighteous that he shall forget our labor of love if you're doing this willingly. Apostle Paul said, if you do this willingly, roughly paraphrasing, you have a reward laid up for you, So that's the mentality we need to have going forth, which you should have had already, but going forth to these times of perils, all right, the time of Jacob's trouble, a time like no other. We need to have complete faith in Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right. There's something Ariyah said. He said, it's not a time to what'd you say? So like I meant to say when you were talking about, I didn't want to interrupt you, but nonetheless, it's the time not to have a lack of faith. Don't doubt. Believe. I mean, this should have you hype. What's going on right now? You should be excited, to get with the brothers and do videos and whatever. anything centered around this truth, you should be excited to do right now, man. What else you got to do? Here it is, the niggas out there, Edomites out there protesting at the highest level of the government, but you don't know what to do a video on. We can't help you on if that's the mindset you in. We can't help you. Better do some soul searching, but it's just getting real. And like I believe it was Mayung that said it earlier. The Lord's about to separate the sheep from the goat. You know, when there's men amongst Israel that are goats. All right, they are the father of their devil. He was a murderer from the beginning. All right, but you know we got to continue in the things we've been taught and know who you've been taught from. You know, roughly paraphrasing scripture say, because this is what's gonna allow us to be able to have that mental fortitude to endure these things. Is going to be things that we ain't never seen before. Every brother ain't seen dead bodies. Every brother ain't been through certain acts of violence and this and that. Okay, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, we're going to overcome all of that. All right, because the blood of Yahweh Shai was shed for us. He overcame the world, and through his blood, we're going to be able to overcome this earth or this world. All right, and like the scripture say in Revelation that those that didn't take the mark or that didn't worship the beast in his image and take his mark, that's what we want to be. We want to be written in the book of life.
That's right.
All right, but to be written in the book of life, you had to have been predestinated, of course, but you have to endure to your end, whatever that may be. If you have to die for this truth, so be it.
And don't be praying on the damn Caesar Borgia either, man.
What's up?
Don't be praying no goddamn Caesar Borgia. You gotta get that shit out of your head, man.
Oh well, we're not talking. If you still talking about Jezreel, you finished most likely.
At this point in the game, man, yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
You
know, but all right, you know, Lord's one. This was edifying and exhorting unto you hopeful elect out there. All right, the 144,000 Lord's will we be part of that number, and you know, and edifying and enlightening unto you men, women, and children that are taking heed to the words of Yahweh Shai through his prophets. But we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak B'dash. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, and salutation, and much love to Yakim out there pushing out his word, truth, sincerity. Stay strong and keep watching diligently. Shalom.
Shalom.